Let's ask Woody Johnson what a successful season is to him.
Successful season, it's kind of in the eye of the beholder.
I wonder.
That's not a good answer.
I wonder. I don't know this. Anybody ask him this the other day?
I don't know.
Because what happens if Donald Trump wins the presidency? Is he going back to Britain?
That is a good question, actually. And then his brother takes over again?
I mean, he's up there on stage.
Rehires Adam Gase.
Could you imagine? Wow.
Yeah, that is very interesting. And by the way, Rob Saleh gave a wuss answer on that,
I agree.
too.
I have that here, too, because that's part of this whole segment. He was asked point blank, is anything now Aaron Rodgers will be back. They're expecting him April and May and, back on the practice field. So you were hoping he's fully healthy. So is anything short of the playoffs a failure? That was the question.
I'll never say that. It's, like I said, put your head down, do the best you can, put your work in. And obviously we all want to win games. We all want to go to the playoffs. We all want to win championships.
But he would.
I mean, guys, you got to understand something. None of us that have ever played or coached are ever going to use the word failure before the season even starts. We're not. And that's a loaded question.
Yeah, but
and he's got to answer it that way.
Then just say it'd be horribly disappointing to not make the playoffs and leave it there.
Then you should write his answers for him. I mean, he's
come on. He's been doing this for 4 years now. He's not a rookie anymore.
Right. I mean, and no Jet fan wants to hear that. This is the way that he talks to the fans, and the actions that they have made tells you that they are all in and they can't miss the playoffs, especially after last year. His answer should be something like, "You're kidding me, right? After everything that we have done, what we went through last year with Aaron's injury, you're going to tell me that we're going to miss the playoffs again? After all these signings and everything we've done, that would be terrible." Yeah, it would. So, of course, we're trying to do that. And not just make the playoffs, win the goddamn division. Rich Samini. That's what I would have said.
And I like the guy. I'm one of the few that actually like him. Come on.
My thing is I think back to last year when he was texting with Joe Beningo. And Joe Beningo decided to let everybody
He don't like the quarterback, I can tell you that. He hates him. And don't get me started on this nephew of his that he hates, too. Nobody knows about this guy, but what a total loser. But anyway, that's off topic. But he hates – let's go back to him hating Zach Wilson. So I've got all the text right here. It says that he hates his quarterback. What? What'd I do? I don't understand. What? He sent it to me.
And by the way, his beard looks like he put shoe polish in it.
I know.
There's no way it's that perfect.
That is dark. But I will say this, that he told Joe Beningo everything that a coach would tell his buddies as to why they were losing last year. Mm-hmm. And then Joe just kind of
told everybody.
Held a press conference himself.
So, I mean, I know where he's coming from. I think there's more to that cut, too. I think, didn't he also say we have to win and we have to – I mean, I don't know. I don't get that upset about those comments because I think
you want them to be publicly as pissed off and wanting to come back and kick ass as the fan base does. And when you hear I don't know, if we don't make the playoffs, it's going to be a failure. Well, damn right it will be.
How about this? I'll give you a perfect example of what this situation that was presented to us just this year by a team. So if you remember last year, you guys were making fun of me when the Devils took the Rangers out of the playoffs. And you remember,
of course,
you guys have busted my chops. And all that other crap and everything else. And then when training camp started this year, they fired the coach from last year. They're bringing Laviolette. Every single man on that team that was a part of the playoff disappointment last year all said that they were fueled to have a great season this year because of that disappointment. So in actuality, the Rangers did exactly what you want the Jets to do.
Yes.
When you're now asked about this upcoming season, I want you to tell me that you are coming back to win.
I'll give you another one. The Yankees, they did that. Last year was a disaster. Mm-hmm. This year has to be different. Brian Cashman said it. Hal Steinbrenner said it. But meanwhile, you got the Saleh and Woody Johnson going, it's eye of the beholder what's a successful season. I mean, there's been some great 2-15 years out there. I mean, where teams are building.
I got to tell you, I was a part of a 3-13 season that I thought was quite amazing. The fact that we won 3 games was just amazing. I don't know how we did that.
It's just not what the Jet fan wants to hear.
Yeah,
that's all.
I get it.
And by the way, great defense and a Hall of Fame quarterback. can you be in the top half of teams to make the playoffs? Not asking for a lot. Are we?
No.
No.